Colonel Vanderbilt, there's a backstory to his story. Does anyone know who told him to quit? Father John Deere, a Jesuit who often gets arrested, a struggler for justice. Vanderbilt happened to know about John Deere. He emailed him. John Deere, I told him what the problem was. John Deere immediately emailed back and said, "So quit." Never thinking that he'd hear the next word about it. 3 days later, Vanderbilt email said, "I quit." Now, my point is, we need moral leadership in this country. We've got lots of legal and moral leadership here, but the institutional church, and I belong to one, I follow a leader who was tortured to death. Tortured to death because he was regarded as an insurgent or a terrorist or a leader of a subversive movement, okay? Now, the current leaders of that movement can't find their voice. The institutional church has not been able to find its voice, just as the Catholic and Lutheran churches in Germany in the 30s could not find their voice. So if it weren't for John Deere and Father Louis here, who do give me great hope, I would be scandalized. So those of you who, like me, belong to this kind of movement, this kind of church, see to it that your leaders are braced with the truth and work for justice.
Again, I'm Peter Sells. I am a refugee from Germany originally, and a number of my relatives were undoubtedly tortured before they were killed in the death camps. So I feel personally particularly strong. What I was talking about before was the work of Fernando Botero, who made the strongest paintings that have yet been done against this particular cycle of tortures. I'm very, very happy that they are now part of the university. I must add that the former director of the Berkeley Museum, who did not want to accept them for the museum, is no longer with us. So progress has been made. Thank you.
I'm Marjorie Cohn, and with the National Lawyers Guild, and I urge you to support their Torture Accountability Committee, nlg.org. Go to the San Francisco chapter site, and personally, I write, and I urge you to go to my website, marjoriecohn.com, and then at the top on the right it says useful research. You click on that, you scroll down to torture, you click on that, and you'll see lots of short articles that you can just lift things from that you can use as research. And I also urge you to look at my book, The United States and Torture, which is coming out in mid-December. There are white postcards out there on the table. Thank you so much for this incredible event.
I'm Deborah Major, and I work with a group called the Revolutionary Poets Brigade. And what we do is we try to speak to issues of the day and educate the public in a way that they'll hear it. But what we also try to do is to encourage people to that all of us who can write, we can write letters. Not just sign petitions, but write letters. And so I encourage you, if you don't do anything else, write letters about you being fired, about B5. Don't just let other people do it, to make a point that you've made a statement, and also to tell your friends and relatives and colleagues that weren't here at an event like this they should be. Thank you.
Yes, I wear many hats, pooches, whatever. But I want to say mostly the organization that I come here representing is School of the Americas Watch. They got me into this torture stuff, and I went just to go to one of their meetings and ended up with 6 months in prison, and just finished that a couple months ago, doing another 6 months in prison, because torture is such a terribly dehumanizing, diabolical way of relating to others, and I'm so much against it. I should say, getting out of jail, I didn't get treated too badly, but in our prison system there is a lot of torture that goes on, and we should not ignore that. praise all the groups that are helping. SOA Watch, School of the Americas Watch, you can check it on the website. But November 19th will be another weekend in Georgia at Fort Benning, and we hope that some of you can either come or get in touch with our website, write and contact your congressperson. You can get them on more than one issue, especially, of course, we got Barbara Lee here, we got Nancy Pelosi across the bay. So we've got a lot of people to write to and try to write a letter or get word across in some way. But mainly, get out and do something. Everyone here knows what we need to do. We need to do it. Thank you. And stop the drones.
I'm Jeffrey Kay, and like many of you, I have a full-time job, but there are things that you can do, and people have spoken to it here, such as writing letters, and I'm going to suggest that some people might be interested in doing what I did about 5 years ago, which was to just start blogging, start diarying. Some of you may know me as Valtine at Daily Co's, and other people may have read me elsewhere, but anyone here can do that. And what's wonderful is it's free, and it really has a tremendous reach out into the community.
Hi, my name is Gretchen Gordon, and I'm a member of the Both Alliance to Abolish Torture. Chapter here at Berkeley Law, where, if you're not aware, John Yoo is currently this semester teaching constitutional law. And there have been petitions submitted to the Faculty Senate, which is in charge of overseeing the conduct of faculty members in the UC system, and they have not been acted upon. So we would encourage anyone who pays taxes in California to write to the Faculty Senate or to the Chancellor of the UC system and share your opinion of John Yoo's position here. And if you are an alumnus of Berkeley Law, when you get that little letter in the mail asking for your support, feel free to jot a little note on there about torture and torture accountability. Thanks.
My name is Ann Wright. I'm a retired U.S. Army colonel and a former U.S. diplomat who resigned in opposition to the war in Iraq 7 years ago. And I'm an equal opportunity protester. And if you were protesting under George Bush, by golly, you got to be protesting under Obama. We cannot look forward unless we look backward. And there are so many people like Dave Ivey, like William Haynes, like John Yoo that be out and have their asses in jail right now, and it's up to us to do it.
On that note, we'd like to invite the people who organized this event to please come up. Susan, Cynthia, Stephanie, Janine,